Hi, welcome back. In my hand here are two of ASUS ROG's latest gaming phone. This, the ROG Phone 6, came out in August this year. This, recently in November, is the ROG Phone 6D. Alright, so in this video, we're just going to compare the differences between the two, as both of them are really great gaming phones, even day-to-day phones as well. But we want to see the difference here between the two, as this one here, the ROG Phone 6, runs on Snapdragon. The 6D runs on Dimensity 9000 Plus. Okay, so before we go into the differences or similarities between these two models, here are the specs. Okay, as you can see from the spec sheet just now, both of these are running on two different chips, two different SoCs. So this is the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. This is the Mediatek Dimensity 9000 Plus. So it's just two different companies, but both are flagship level SoCs for the current generation. Okay, there is no exact comparison on which one is better. At this point right now, we're just looking at which do you prefer, or which do you support, or which are you a fan of. All right, but before we go deeper into hardware, let's have a look at the aesthetics. The ROG Phone 6 that came out in August is, you know what, I'll just show you in the camera. This is how it looks like. The ROG Phone 6, when it first came out, they have two color variants. There's the white and black. The white one, if not mistaken, is called the Storm White. The black, this one here, is called the Phantom Black. The back casing, I think they're both plastic. They feel plastic, but this has a glossy finish, while the 6D has a matte finish, and it comes in only one color. This, I'm not too sure what gray is this. Space gray. Yeah, I think it's space gray. Okay, and the accents for the ROG Phone 6 is based on red. So it's red and black, if you can see here. Okay, while the 6D, it focuses on blue and gray. But otherwise, it has the same dimensions. The weight is almost similar. This is about 240 grams. This is about 238. So same but different. It's more or less the same. Okay. Screen dimensions are the same. Everything else is the same except for the color and the finishing of both units. Okay. All right, back to the chip. Both processors, like I said, are flagship level processors. The other difference, hardware-wise, internal hardware-wise, is the RAM. Okay, so when this was launched in August this year, it came in two variants, the 12 gig 256 and the 16 gig 256. No, 16 gig 512. But the RAM here is a DDR5. Okay, but for the 6D, is a DDR5X, slightly new rendition, slightly better performance-wise. But if you were to ask me, I don't think there are much differences on hands-on performance because you can barely feel the difference. But technically, it should be a bit faster. It should be a bit better. Besides that, this only has one variant, the 12 gig 256. They do not have any other option for storage and RAM sizing. Okay, but besides that, any more other differences? No. Okay, both of them still come with the same overwhelming speakers on both ends of the phone. The speakers are here, not in the end, not here, but facing you. Okay, they are both powered by Cirrus Logic, and they are both overwhelmingly loud and powerful because each of them are powered by one amplifier on each side. Same here as well. Okay, the battery placement is still the same for this phone. Two pieces of 3000 mAh on both sides. All right, so it balances out in weight on both sides. They still feature the same secondary USB charging port here. For those who are not familiar with ROG Phone 6 and the accessories. This actually has two functions. One, when you're playing games like this, it's a bit inconvenient to have your cable here, the charging cable on this side. So they've manufactured it to have a second port here for charging, on top of attaching the accessories such as the cooler. This is the, well, I can't remember the name. What is it called? Aeroactive cooler, yes. There's Dinak there in the background, reminding me of what's it called. Okay, so it looks like this. There. RGB lights. This is how it looks like when it lights up. Believe me, this is not a gimmick. This actually works. On paper, on the marketing paper, on the advertorial paper by ASUS, by ROG itself, they do claim that it does give a difference of up to 10 degrees of Celsius in performance, in temperature performance. But based on my personal testing, I'll show you the games I've tested both of these devices on. The most significant difference that I've gotten was about 4 to 5 degrees Celsius, which is actually quite a noticeable difference when it comes to holding it and the temperature of the phone when you hold on to it. But otherwise, yes, this feature still exists in this phone. Very interesting little device. Okay, but besides that, great music, great performance. To further look into how it performs, we've prepared a chart on the performance of both of these devices on benchmark and on games itself as well. Okay, you've seen the benchmarks. As you can tell, well, if you're familiar with the numbers, the ROG Phone 6 that came out in August performs better on synthetic benchmark. Okay? And it runs a little bit hotter than this model without the aeroactive cooler on. But when it comes to gaming performance, the 6D outperforms the 6 just by a little bit. But when running on the aeroactive cooler, they perform just about the same. All right. So if you're thinking of getting one, and if you do not have a budget for an aeroactive cooler, then I would recommend the 6D. Okay. But otherwise, based on the numbers itself, both of these are actually considered top tier gaming phones. Okay, but of course, if you want to compare to the Pro version of this and the Ultimate version of this, then different lah, cannot lah. Okay, because those two are a bit better. They have, they both run on the same chip. It's just that both of them have more RAM and bigger storage space lah, so you can install more stuff. But otherwise, they're exactly the same. Even the accessories that they come with on the box, in the boxes itself, they both come with the same charger, same cables. Ignore the strap. This is my own strap because I've been using this for a few months now. Exact same user guide. Both comes with the same casing cover. Okay, it's good that phones nowadays do come with a cover because especially this model, because of a glossy finishing, right? It tends to get a little bit slippery when your hand starts to sweat. Okay, so having something like this is good to have. And I don't really know what to call this. This is an AR identification card for your phone. They're both exactly the same actually. I've tried scanning both of these cards on both phones and they gave the same results. Right? This is just an AR card for the intro app to activate and to show you, to introduce the phone to you lah. Okay, so what's left is the pricing. This, when it launched in August, it was priced at 3599 RM 3599. There were some bundles and some pre-order benefits as well. For this one, the 6D, as of today, it was announced to be at 3499. Okay, but there is a promotion going on until the 30th of November with a 300 ringgit discount. So it's actually officially 3199 until the end of November. So make your pick, see which is the right one for you. So that's it for today. Thank you.
Predator missile on standby. We're almost there. Keep it up. Keep on them. We're winning this one.
Get down, sniper!
Friendly Predator missile inbound.
Enemy! Enemy contact! Enemy!
That ability must recharge. Wait and see. Recharging. Not yet.
it!